Hello and welcome to Boomer 11. And if you're new here, before we get into today's video, do check out our fantasy app with Boomer 11. And remember to play this AFC Asian Cup and all the cricket matches across the world on Boomer 11. And you can win a lot of points. And check out our premium contest where you can enter and win some mega prizes. Remember, if you're free to play as well, you can check that out. And check our predictor feature as well because your prediction matters the most, where you can win a lot of prizes. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Today's video is about AFC Asian Championship. Remember, it is the biggest trophy in Asian football as all the countries have lined up to play now in Qatar. Now, the last time around, this tournament was played in 2019 in the UAE. It was Qatar who were crowned the champions. They had a phenomenal run and they went on to defeat Japan in the final by 3-1 to win the AFC championship as well. Now is an opportunity once again for all the teams to regroup and see who is going to win as the champions of Asia. This is one of the biggest competitions in Asia, and this is one of the biggest competition in the world as well. Because now with Asian football, stepping up with a lot of Asian players playing across Europe and some of the most prestigious and premier clubs, you can say the level of Asian football is right up there. And now with the addition of Saudi Pro League being up there, dominating likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema, Sadio Mane, Ruben Neves, all these lads playing out there in Saudi, including Neymar as well, who's currently injured. The Saudi team is going to be up there as well in the competition. Some of the Asian players have got that exposure playing with the big boys. But yeah, this is a very interesting competition. The most number of titles have been won by Japan. They won 4 titles in the AFC Asian Championship. And until now, you can say Japan has been the strongest contender. Even the last edition's tournament, they were the finalists. But it was Qatar who had a phenomenal run, and Al Moise who had a phenomenal run as a goal scorer, being the Golden Boot winner, leading Qatar to its title. But let's look at the groups to start off with. What are the interesting groups to watch out for? Now, when you look at the groups for this championship, you can see that in Group A, you have Qatar, China, Tajikistan, and Lebanon. Now, you can say Qatar are the strong favorites in this group, primarily because of they being the home team, and on top of that, they will be coming into this tournament as one of the strong contenders, defending champions as well. But what is it about the Chinese team as well? Chinese football team is a decent team. Come these kind of situations, you have to say that China could be a strong team in contention. They could pull out some upsets here and there, and they could be making out of the group. Now, among these 4 teams, you have to say Qatar are more likely to cross the group. Alongside that, at a strong number 2, you can maybe put up a Tajikistan or Lebanon, but they're right off China, as they say. Uh, at number 2, you are at Group B. That is Australia, Uzbekistan, Syria, and India. Now, a lot of Indian fans out there would want India to do well in this tournament and to maybe for the first ever time make it to the knockouts or the round of 16. But what is ahead of them, right? In front of them right now, they have Australia, which is our first major challenge they'll have to undergo, and it's not going to be easy at all for the Indian team because Uzbekistan in themselves are a very strong team because of what they bring. They've been a decent team across the Asian Championships. They've defeated some quality oppositions on their way through into this competition as well. When we talk about Syria as well, uh, they've not got the best of the most best resources out there. But let's be honest, they are a team who can possibly get an upset here or there. Play out for a draw. Then you never know. Things can be slightly different on a given day. But that's where you have to be very honest. On that given day, Uzbekistan ranking at number 68 in FIFA ranking. They are far ahead of India and Syria. So Australia and Uzbekistan are the 2 favorites to make out of the group, but never write off India and Syria as well. For India, their hopes will lie on one man. The one player to watch out for when we talk about is Sunil Chetri, the third most active goal scorer in the world right now, right behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Leo Messi. And he'd be featuring possibly in his last ever major tournament for India. So here is an opportunity for India to make it to the knockouts and Sunil Chetri to lead the way. And in Group C, you have Iran, United Arab Emirates, Hong Kong, and Palestine. Now, when we talk about the Palestinian team, they've been a very decent team up there in FIFA as well. In the recent past, when you talk about FIFA rankings, they've been on a steady climb. They've got some results going their way, especially the one which they had recent past against Saudi Arabia, where they went on for a nil-nil draw. I think that was a massive result considering the Saudi are a better team on form. But at the end of the day, you never write them off. Palestine can be a very dangerous team in this kind of situations, and that is where you'll have to say that Palestine, United Arab Emirates, Hong Kong could be a very tricky group for that matter, because you don't know who's going to top the group, because all teams are neck to neck. And also given the fact that Palestine and Australia had a very decent game last summer, and Palestine and Lebanon got a result. Palestine is a team which can go under the radar. And on top of that, United Arab Emirates, I mean, what a team they've been in the recent past, and they would want to really be at their absolute best, coming into this tournament, given the fact that they have some good players to watch out for. Now, when we talk about some of the best players in United Arab Emirates, UAE's team, you cannot look past this man, can you? He's been one of the most leading goal scorers in Asian Cup history. He scored 9 goals. Ali Makhhoud. I know when you talk about Ali Makhhoud, you have to understand that this guy has been in phenomenal form this season with the Al Jazeera team as well. He plays for Al Jazeera in the UAE Pro League, and he's been in phenomenal form when it comes to attacking sequence and involvements. So he's going to be a massive factor for the UAE national team in this particular competition. And if he has a decent competition, I think UAE can have a long one. This is a good opportunity, but when we cannot look past Iran, can we? Because Iran has been one of the most consistent teams in Asian football, and they've always come good, against top class oppositions. And given the fact that they are way highly ranked on FIFA, you have to say FIFA rankings. What I mean, you have to say they are the better team to start off with, and they are the team to really be considered about, because they're number 21 in the world, and that's the top 25. Then the top 25 in the world, so they are a damn good team in that very ranking in itself. And they've always given a run for the money for some of the topmost European teams as well. Come to Group D, obviously it's Japan, Indonesia, Iraq, and Vietnam. Now, Japan are the strong favorites to come out of the group, but let's just not write up Indonesia, because when you talk about Indonesia in the recent past, they've had some decent results, coming into this tournament, but the hammering which they got against Iran, they think of it as a learning curve. And on top of that, we have to talk about the likes of Iraq as well. Iraq is a very decent team. They are up there in top 70, and Iraq could be the team who could possibly make out of the group alongside a Japan. Now, Japan football team, they've had a phenomenal run. Whenever they went on to defeat Germany in the recent past, they are a team to reckon with, one of the best teams in Asia. But when you talk about Japan in the recent past, one player has been getting all the limelight. That is Kubo, and he's had a phenomenal time even in the La Liga. He's made a lot of impact with his individual brilliance. He's had great attacking involvements. He's been up there on playing on the flanks, and he's going to be an important factor for this Japanese team. And if he has a good tournament, obviously Japan can have a longer run, maybe get their fifth title. Japan will so dearly want a fifth title alongside their rank. And on top of that, let's be honest, Japan are one of the favorites leading into this tournament as well. That's Group D for you. Our prediction is that Iraq and Japan could possibly make it out. But let's come to Group E, a very interesting group here. Malaysia, Jordan, Bahrain, and Korea Republic, the South Korea team. And when we talk about this team, we have to talk about the Malaysian team. They've got a very good football league. Now, a lot of people do not know about Malaysian football. They are a very exciting team to watch out for. The recent past, they had a very good game against Syria, where they held on to a 2-all draw. Then they defeated Kyrgyzstan with a margin of 4-3. They defeated India last month, in October rather, by a margin of 4-2 in the Merdeka Cup, and they are a very decent team. So, for all that matter, Malaysia could be a surprising factor to come out of this group, But let's not write off a team like Jordan as well. When you talk about Jordan football team, they've got the potential at the end of the day, right? They've got some big whistles. They went on to defeat the likes of Qatar leading into this tournament, and Jordan could be another dark horse to reckon with. Obviously, the favorites are gonna be the Korean team, and one man will have all the spotlight. That is Heung-min Son, who's had a phenomenal season so far, even in the Premier League. With Tottenham under the new management, he's been phenomenal, and he's going to be one player to watch out for even in this tournament without any doubt. But let's come to Group F. It's Saudi Arabia, Kyrgyz Republic, and Oman. Now, this group, you have to say the first and foremost is that Saudi Arabia will be the team who are more or less likely to make it out of the group without any troubles. Other than that, if you have to bring some other teams into contention, you can say slight very close to Saudi Arabia would be a team like Thailand. If you look at Saudi Arabia's form leading into this particular tournament, hasn't been all that great. Let's be honest. They've had a very ordinary time post the World Cup, and they'd really want to change it around as well. Now remember, in 2023 they played the Gulf Cup. They were not very successful. Then come the World Cup qualifiers. They've been okay in the World Cup qualifiers rather, but you know let's be honest, it's all about kicking into the form at the right time. The friendlies have been good for Saudi Arabian team, but yeah, once again, there'll be one man the spotlight is going to be for the Saudi Arabian team, and is Faraz Al Khan, and he's been outstanding even in the Saudi Pro League for this season. He's had a good season so far, and since 2021, his conversion rate is 33.1, and he scored 39 goals as well. He's going to be one of the most interesting players to watch out for, even in this competition. And if Saudi will have to have a good run, I think he's going to be a massive factor. Like what they did in the World Cup, pulling off a result against Argentina, they can do such stuff and maybe have a big tournament, go deep into this tournament, and that's what this tournament will demand out of a team like Saudi Arabia. Yep, so this tournament is going to be played over the period of next 3 weeks in Qatar, and you can see all these super players in action. Yeah, they are going to be there. Some of the most exciting Asian talents, and the spotlight is going to be on them. Remember, the transfer window is also on, so some of the European clubs will eye on the best performers out of this. And obviously, as we talk about, you can see some beautiful stories in football as well. Can India make it out of the group? Can a team like Palestine really challenge for it? Or the likes of China for the first time. So this is going to be some of the interesting stories to watch out for from this tournament. If you really did enjoy this video, do not forget to like and also share this video so that we can keep creating this content time and time again. And also at the same time, subscribe to our channel so that really helps us, in terms of our run as a channel as well. Thank you once again, all of you, and see you all very soon. Bye bye.